G'day guys, welcome back. Look, paint, yay! For those that have been missing my acrylic pourings, let's do some painting. Now, inspiration for these colors today is this little pendant that I've made. I'm going to come up and do a close-up for you. I don't know if you guys have been watching me do my resin pendants. Let me just put that on autofocus. Go autofocus. I've got this plastic cover on my phone and it takes a bit of hitting to get the little buttons to, pop up. So that's it there. Hang on, my ring light's in the way. It's always in the way. Okay, there we go. So this is the inspiration. Pink, orange, turquoise. And I was looking at that and I thought, oh, I love those colours. I wonder what they're going to do in an acrylic pour. The only thing is purple and orange make brown. So that is why I have decided to put lots of white in. Let's put my ring light back on. Yeah, so lots of white. And we'll see how that goes, hey? Just hopefully stop the brown. Right, I'm using the Mont Marte acrylic paints. It's turquoise. This one is 50-50 pink and magenta. I just used pink and it was a bit too pale, so then I added the magenta and then orange. And then between each of those colours will be white. So consistency wise, pretty thin. Actually, that's a bit thick. Leaves a little mound. They seem to thicken up as I've been, mixing up my other colours, because I was originally going to do a smaller canvas, so I didn't mix up enough paint, and then I thought, oh, I'll do a bigger one. And then I had to mix more paint, so it's taken me a while to mix it all up. Just leave a little mound. Hopefully you can see that. That's that one. Little mound. What's the orange doing? I've got a little bit less of the orange, only because orange can really be a bully and take over. I'm just making sure they're all about the same consistency. I think this one's a little bit thicker than the others. The white, I find I always have to add a little bit of extra white. So in each cup I've got 60 grams of pouring medium, which is 2 ounces, and 60 grams of paint. With the white, I always add an extra 10 grams of paint. Just seems to need more. Right, silicone is the Spot On Treadmill silicone. And let's do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The orange isn't as much, so I'll just do 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. It's almost like a sandwich pour, this one, but not quite. So let's stir this in really well. Make sure that you're getting from the top to the bottom and your silicone's not all just sitting on top. Otherwise you're going to get big blobs of silicone in your artwork, and nobody wants that. I was thinking I might cover the whole surface with paint and then torch afterwards, because I do like my pretty little cells. We'll see what happens. If my mix is too thick, I may have to torch earlier and then stretch them, but we won't know until the actual paint comes out onto the canvas. Because if you torch early and then tilt, you're stretching your cells. But if you cover the whole surface and then torch afterwards, then you get little cells up, but then they just stay because then you don't tilt anymore. I'm just going to do this. It's faster. And I don't think there's any difference really. So you want to use half the cup in your first layer. So you do 2 layers. And it's faster this way, hey? I'm not boring you with too much paint layering, you know, when I drizzle it over the top. It takes much longer that way. Okay, hope these colours work out. It's been a while since I've done a sandwich pour. A little bit of orange. Not that it's quite a sandwich pour, is it? Sandwich pour, you have a lot more white and just a little bit of colour. Now this is where we finish off our colour. Use it all up. This is a 30 centimetre by 40 centimetre canvas, which is 12 by 16 inches, for those of you that work in inches. And I know from years of pouring that I need 700 grams of mixed paint to cover the surface nicely so that I don't have to overstretch anything. So those of you that are thinking, oh, that's way too much paint, I'll just use half of that. Go ahead by all means, but be warned, everything will be overstretched because you have to tilt so much more to get to all your edges and all your corners that you will overstretch everything. And like I said, I have done that. When I first started pouring, I didn't use very much paint. And yeah, I had to work it out the hard way that I really do need a lot more paint to cover the surfaces. Spilling paint there. So, like, if you don't use enough paint, then it's kind of a waste. People think I waste a lot of paint, but if you do a pour and you haven't used enough paint and you have to overstretch everything and then you don't like it, so then you scrape it, that's a waste of paint, I think. Or you're not happy with it and you have to do it again, that's a waste of paint, you know. Do it once, do it properly, and then you don't have to worry about wasting paint. That's my little opinion anyway, if anybody's interested. Alrighty, let's get that out. I haven't actually done an acrylic pour for quite a while because I've been working. I had to work 3 days in a row this week. Oh my gosh, just about killed me. I was having withdrawals from resining and painting, and I couldn't paint because I leave, you know, early and I don't get home until after dark most nights. And then when I come home, I've got to sit with the doggies because they missed me, so I can't just leave them and come into the studio and paint. So it's been a while. Today's Saturday, so I've got the day off work today. Gonna do some resin, do some paint. Woo! I haven't glued him in yet. All right. Move that off to the side, pop you back in, haven't glued him in yet. Right, now 3 flip and drags. I do like my flip and drags. Now when you're flipping these over, don't hang on to it like this. Just put your fingers underneath gently, bring your elbow into your chest and just flip like so. Doesn't matter if you lose a little bit. I'll take it right up to the top. Oh, got some pretty cells in there. Wow. Look at those. Look at those cells. Those are so pretty. I've got my corner catcher, my little bit of cardboard that I've just bent in half for the corners. I've got my little spatula or palette knife or whatever you want to call it to pick up paint to do my sides. One day I'm going to like start with turquoise, because these have all got turquoise in the bottom. One day I'm going to try and start with turquoise in that one, and then start with pink in that one, and start with orange in that one, just so they're all a little bit different. Do you think that'll make much difference? I don't know. I should try that, shouldn't I? I'll try and remember to do that. Just see if it makes any difference. We might have different colour combinations. Even though it's the same colour, it'll just be different orders. Righto, I think they've had time to run down. Let's do it. Oh, I told you orange was a bully. Oh my gosh. I don't want to do that. See, I told myself last time I wasn't going to do that. I'm going to flip you the other way. Orange is a bully. Even though I put just a little bit on there. Let's see what this one does first. In theory, it should be exactly the same, shouldn't it? Just because I've moved it down the other way shouldn't make any difference, should it? It's a little bit of difference. We've got some of the turquoise in there. I'm going to do it this way as well. Oh, wow. Oh, go figure. Okay, lots of turquoise, a little bit of turquoise, no turquoise. Oh my gosh. All right, there we go. That's all our colours out. Love that one. Why can't they all be like that? Now, this is the little dregs that came out of the bottom of the cup. So let's get rid of those, because we have to get rid of those, don't we? Can't stay there. So where's the problem with the end of the cup? But as I said, lots of paint, you can get rid of that, no problem. All right, corner catcher on. I'm going to walk the paint, so we don't want it to run straight down. Hasn't even gone into the corner there yet. Come back a little bit. I don't want to waste too much. I'm going to get to this corner. That's all good. This little bit here has to go over. Okay, and back. Beautiful. And don't take your drippy hands over the top. All right, now this is where we decide. Do we want to torch now? Oh my gosh, look at those colors, you guys. Why couldn't you do that? Look what he's doing. Look at you. Maybe this one had more orange in it. But yeah, I did warn you. Orange is a bully. It really is. I'm going to get rid of some of it. These white blobs here. I'll get rid of some of that. Okay. Oops, you haven't gone over. What's going on there? Why haven't you gone over? Oh, it's too late now. I can't get back to that corner. All right, let me just clean my hands. Oh, that's looking really pretty. Really pretty. I actually don't mind that that's a little bit orange there, because I've got that big dark streak of orange through there. I have to just even you up a little bit though. A bit OCD when it comes to my lines. When I look at it and go, oh, you're way too big. All right, so this is where I'm going to torch now. How's my corners doing? Let me check my corners. Oh, this one's missed a lot of paint. Just try and match it as best you can. Doesn't really matter. No one's going to look at the side and go, oh, that doesn't match. Go around the sides there. Oh, I'm standing on wet paint. How did that happen? Run your little tool underneath, catch your drips so that the paint doesn't pull any more paint off the sides. All right. Let me just wipe this up. I've stood in paint. I must have dripped off my glove, I think. Wipe it up, otherwise I'm going to be walking paint through the house, aren't I? Whoops, there's another drip. Must have come off my gloves, I think. Not sure. Righto, now it is time to torch. and just using Big Boy here. He hasn't been out to play for a while, so hopefully he'll behave. So just turn him on to low and up high to begin with, you know the drill, up high to begin with. You don't want to get too many cells, you can always come back around. See the little specks? Did you see those little specks? As soon as you get those little specks, just move on, because it takes a few seconds for the cells to actually come up. So just little specks, little circles all the way around, get your little specks happening, and then just wait and come back again. Oops, I got a bit close there. Concentrating, concentrating. Loving these colours. Definitely going to do these again, and just half the amount of orange. Like, I like the orange in there. I think it does need to be in there, but it's just one of those colours that can really take over. My white seems to be a bit thick there. I'm not getting much under there. Might have made my white a little bit too thick. You know how I was saying I have to make my white thicker? But that area there, it's a bit difficult for the cells to come through. That white is just a little bit thick there, I think. How's that looking? You don't have to get carried away. You don't have to do cells everywhere. I think it's nice to have a little bit of negative space. I'm not getting any through there. Now you can see how small they are. So I will tilt a little bit just to make them a bit bigger, but I don't need to worry about going over any of my sides because we're already covered. If a little bit goes over, that's fine, but I don't have to really stretch them to get over the corners. Right, I'm just having a look and see what I need to get rid of. This is a lot of white cell over here, so maybe we'll start with, let go, start with over there. This is what I was saying to you before, like if you torch earlier and then stretch, your cells can really grow. So let's just have a little look. Now, I've still got plenty of paint on the surface. You can see how it's moving freely. So, I'm just going to do this to stretch it out left and right. Get rid of some of that off the edge there. Okay, that's that side done. And you can see how they've grown. Now we'll go back the other way. Take your hand around so you're not dripping. So these are all bigger now up here. So I need to do the same down there. Although the only problem is these ones may get stretched out. Where was the weight of the paint? There, okay. You can see where the weight of the paint is. It's moving along here. Just got to be careful though to get the weight of the paint all the way from here down there. You got to watch these cells because you may overstretch them. You may have to say, look, I can't stretch them anymore. But even if you just go left and right and don't actually take any paint off, but I am going to try and take a little bit off. Let's see if I can get that corner off. Actually, maybe not. This corner's a bit busy over here. So do it slowly because you've got to watch what all the other cells are doing. Don't rush it. Okay, now we come back to the middle. And I think we're done. So you can see how tilting and stretching those cells have made the bigger cells. I guess for those of you who struggle with cells, this might be a good option, like covering the whole surface first. That way you don't have to overstretch the cells that you've got because you think, oh, I've got to get over that corner. You don't have to because you've already, you know, covered it. So it may well be an easier option for some people who are struggling. Now I'm going to see if I can get a few more cells now in this area here. That white was really quite thick, but now that I've thinned the white out, I might have a better chance. And I don't like you there. No, I don't. Let's just stick my finger in you. This might be a really pretty one to do some ballooning in. What do you think? Right, just a few more little cells here, if I can. Are we getting any? And a little bit up here, maybe. Oh, I got too close. Oh no, got too close. Still not really getting anything here. I'm getting really close there, so no, nothing there. My white was a little bit on the thick side, I would say. Alright, well those colours work really, really nicely together. Just a shame about that thick area there of the white. Now I'm just going to, no, not going to do anything. The weight of the paint's all down here at the moment, so trying to stretch those little guys out there, it's not going to work. Alright, I think I'll just leave it like that, hey? What do you think? Got all these cells down the sides there. I'll just move that down just a touch more, get them to go over the edge. They're kind of hanging on by their toenails. All right, now let's clean the sides up again because we've gone over again. It's very candy-like, isn't it? Pastel, candy colors. And actually quite like how we've got the more turquoise there, and then we change into more orange down here. So I like it. Like if all of it was orange or all of it was turquoise, it would have been too much, but because we've got that different shading in the panels there, it's really pretty. I'm going to get you down for a close-up. Get these gloves off. I made a mess. But yeah, you can see orange really takes over. I love this panel. Definitely going to do these. Hey guys, I'm back. I did a little test piece just there with my little water balloon. And I thought, that looks so pretty. I'm going to do some more. I may have to wait until my paint gets a bit thicker. Because I've only just done this. But sometimes I find like if you wait too long, then the paint kind of makes a ridge instead of all like flowing back. So it's, anyway, we'll see what happens. I've got a big balloon and a little balloon, and I fill them with water. I like them to have the water in them. I'm just going to do some little ones first and see how we go. See the paint, actually I might have to put something underneath the middle. The paint on the edges here tends to work better. Look at that one, because it's kind of not as thick as the paint in the middle, but if I put something underneath and make it sort of mounded a bit, it might work better, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm just going to do a few and see how we go. So pick an area where you've got lots of cells like in a circle, because if you had to do one there, you wouldn't get any petals because there's no cells to incorporate. You have to do one. See there's a nice little area of cells right there, so you just go in the middle and then just lightly pull up, and there we go, and then wipe that onto a piece of paper towel. It's so pretty. Look at the pink that's come through. I was thinking this is so orange here. I wonder what would happen if I went up here. I've got some turquoise coming through there, pink. So like I said, don't pick an area where you don't have cells. You're not going to get the petals because the cells get pulled in like that and they make the petals. So if you don't have a cell, you're not going to get a petal. So the paint is really thick, but hopefully it'll still give us some nice effects. Look at that pretty pink one there. So nice. I don't know that I don't think I'm going to do like the big areas. We'll see. So I really don't like that, but there's nothing around it to incorporate unless what about if I just go into it itself? Oh, that worked. Look, it just broke it up a bit. That worked. Because I really didn't like that cell. If you don't like a cell, you can balloon dip it. All right, so that area is done. Let's move on. I don't think I'm going to do the big cells. I'm just going to do the little cells. And just get some little tiny little balloon dips there. Now, that one's a big cell, but it's got little ones around it. So if I went right into the middle of that one, it should draw all those little cells in to make a pretty petal or pretty flower, like so. See? Look! Now the big yucky cell's gone and we've got lots of little pretty petals. I don't know about that one. My balloon might be a bit small for that one, but we can have a go. Just have to push a little bit harder with that one. Ah, it worked! Look, it worked. I need another piece of paper towel. Hang on. That one's full of paint. So I don't tend to like doing these a lot, the balloon dips. If they're little ones like these, I think they're really pretty. They can add some nice effects. Try not to go over the same balloon dip again though, because it tends to get a bit muddy. Just pushing really lightly and then lifting up. That one's really pretty too. I don't know if you can see here. I've zoomed you in as much as I can, so you probably can't just see me wiping. I'm just wiping the balloon, that's all. Now that area there is a bit muddy. I'm going to try and just go in there. Oh, look at that. So basically pick areas that you don't like and then you balloon dip into those. Where else? Where else? Where else? It's a lot of blues just in there. That's brought in some nice orange through there. And then there's a lot of white just there. So let's go into that white there. Let's see what's underneath it. Not much, a little bit of orange. Not a lot of colour through there. These here, I think, would look nice. I'll bring you down for a close-up in a minute so that you can see what I've done, because I don't know if you can see from up there. I mean, I have tried to zoom you in as much as I can. Let's go over into this little corner here. Not a lot happening in that one. I might go again and see these orange ones around, the orange cells. I'll go push a little bit harder and see if I can incorporate those. Yes. See what I did? We had cells, now we have petals, because the balloon touched all those cells and pulled them up together. So then you get your little flower there, hey? Really pretty. All right, there's not many more places I can go really. I should try and do, there's nothing here really. I should probably try and do one just maybe there, so incorporate those cells like so, just so that there's something up this end. There's a bit of a weird shaped petal, that one. All right, another piece of paper towel, and then I'm nearly done. I'm actually liking it. I'm not going to use the big balloon. I like the little balloon. It's just more delicate. There's a bit of a caterpillar in there, so I'm going to, like a few cells joined together in a long train, so I'm just going to get rid of that caterpillar. That's a really pretty one actually. And then over here, pull those white ones in. Okay, now there's nothing over here in this area, so where can I go? Where can I go? as I said, look for a circle that you can dip your balloon into the middle of. Missed this one here, that cell. I'm going to go again and try and get that cell. Got him. Little incy wincy tiny one there. No, that didn't work. Let's go a bit bigger. Incorporate a few more cells. Alright, so that's done, that's done. I would like a little bit more over here, but I can try just there. That's okay. I was gonna, if I go harder, I can incorporate this little guy here, but did it work? Yes, got him, that one there. All right, now less is more, she says, but she keeps going because it's fun. All right, where else? Where else? Wish I had some cells up here. Wonder what would happen if I just dipped into that. But just get a little starburst, really. Let's just do it. Yeah, no, that doesn't do anything. It does not do anything. Because there's no cells, but I thought it might do something, but not really. Paint's pretty thick there. It's made a pretty little starbursty thing, so it's okay. At least it gives some interest to that area that was otherwise quite boring. A little bit bigger into that area there. Okay, I think I want to do I want to do any more? Are you bored yet? A little bit bigger on that one, incorporate a few more petals. So you can have some big and some small. Don't torch again though. I don't like cells inside my flowers. I don't think that looks very pretty. Because otherwise it just looks like more cells then, doesn't it? It loses that flower look. Just going over a few that I think could be improved upon. And hopefully not ruining them. I think that'll be it, you guys. I don't think we need to overdo it. Hey, maybe just one more down here. And then we might be done, hey? That's better. Okay, I'll have to sort of come around and look at it from your side to see if I need any more. Wish I had some cells up here. Anyway, look, I'm just being difficult now, aren't I? All right, let's leave it before we ruin it. All right, let's get you down. Get you down for a close-up and we'll have a look at our little flowers. Let me know if you like these or whether you preferred it without. See how the cells have been pulled in? I like them. Not on all paintings. I don't like them on everything, but every now and then, especially when you've got these colours and they kind of look like spring, you know, spring colours. A little tiny one there. That was where I torched a bit much and I got little tiny ones. So I just went in the middle of the tiny cells there, left the big ones around them. And that was the starburst. I didn't have any cells around it, but I just wanted some interest in that area. So it's just a little starburst rather than a flower. I really like that. It's blue with the white around it. So what do you think? Do you like that one? Don't tell me I preferred it before, because I can't take them back. All right, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching, you guys. Have a go at balloon dipping. Just takes a little bit of practice with your consistency. Thicker paints work better. All right, see you real soon for the next video. Love you all. Bye for now.